And we are the Y'all Show. Hello, welcome in. Hey, this is the program where, again, we love to talk about our great southern businesses. And if you're a business person, heck, if you're just an individual here in the Southeast, well, there was a day that was supposed to be coming up pretty soon called Tax Day. And because of the coronavirus, that's kind of all been pushed back a couple months. And to help us understand what's going on with the good federal government and the IRS specifically, and to learn more about his great company, 1-800-ACCOUNTANT, we've got the CEO of 1-800-ACCOUNTANT joining us right now, and that is Mike Savage. Welcome into the Y'all Show, sir.
Thanks for having me.
It's not often we get to talk to an accountant who's also a CEO, so you're making history.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Yep. Thank you.
Now,
We're pretty excited over here that we're moving out that they moved the tax deadline, give us a little bit more time to sift through this 1,700-page stimulus bill that the government recently passed, and to make sure that most of our clients are small businesses, and to make sure that they get all the deductions and all the benefits that the government has provided, especially during these hard times.
and again, your company is one of the largest companies out there that does this kind of work. So, what kind of numbers can you tell us about just how big your company is, Mike?
Yeah, we have about 250,000 clients, nationwide, and most all of them are small businesses. Most of our businesses are owner occupied or owner ran businesses. So
Okay.
we're not only doing small business taxes and accounting work, but we're also doing the tax work for the individual.
And just like the name implies, it's 1-800-ACCOUNTANT. And when you call that number, heck, you just might even get the CEO because, Mike, you're an accountant. You are a CPA. So, how long have you been practicing accounting?
I've been my whole career, ever since I left school. I went out to New York City to work for one of those big firms, and I got tired of that and started my own business about 12 years ago, and it's just been growing like gangbusters ever since.
1-800-ACCOUNTANT is your company. And do y'all offer some kind of unique software? Is that what you have that's a little bit different from your
Well, what
competition?
we do is we have a combination. We keep our prices low by relying on technology, but all of our products and services come with a live accountant.
Oh,
So you'll get your own accountant, and we have hundreds and hundreds of accountants across the country. So they specialize in whatever industry our clients are in, or locale the locality. So yeah, we're well stocked up with the army of accountants. So right now we're offering a free consultation on how to navigate this new stimulus bill. So if you're a small business and you want to know how you apply for these loans, give us a call and we'll walk you through that for free.
and is that different from what you're also doing right now for people who are suffering with the coronavirus outbreak?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
The whole new stimulus bill that the House is
Oh, the
passing, and this offering to it to $2 trillion stimulus bill for small, and there's $400 billion for small businesses. This is above and beyond the individual, relief that they're providing. But if you're a small business, then there's a lot of loans that are forgiven if you use it for payroll. There's a bunch of different deductions that are available. There's all kinds of tax incentives. It's 1,700 pages. It's going to take a while to get our hands around the whole thing, but we're offering that free service with our accountants. Our army of accountants will help anyone walk through that.
Chatting with the CEO of 1-800-ACCOUNTANT, Mike Savage. America's accounting firm is 1-800-ACCOUNTANT. This is the Y'all Show. And if you'd like to reach out to us, maybe you've got a question for Mike, hey, we welcome that. You don't have to call 1-800-ACCOUNTANT for that. Call us at 803-816-1170 or reach us via our Facebook chat there. And that's at The Y'all Show, at Y'all Show specifically on Facebook. And I know, Mike, as a small business owner myself, I got my stuff together at the beginning of the year like I always do. And there was a little bit of a delay from my accountant as he was waiting on some software to come in because with all these new laws that went into a place or something like that, there was a lot of, I guess, a little bit of confusion and delay for people that do this stuff every day. So we've seen a lot, in addition to the coronavirus, there's been a lot of changes anyway with the feds and IRS, right?
That's right. Yeah, especially with this year. This year's been very, very wait and see. They didn't change the deadline until very recently, but at first they were saying they were going to push back the penalties and interest, which means you didn't have to make the payments on time, which is kind of nice. And now they're saying even with the local states, you could push back the sales tax deadline and everything. Who knows if things don't get better, they might even push it back further. But for now, it's July 15th, which gives us much more time, a good 3 months extra.
But without even the coronavirus, there were still a lot of stuff that kicked in for this year that's been different from years past, right? Because of the tax cuts and stuff that were passed by the government.
Well, that was primarily done in 2018 with the new Trump's new Jobs Act and the Tax Cuts Act. That's kicked in primarily for 2018, but in 2018 it was still pretty unknown and extremely new, and so they worked out all the other kinks. And so 2019 was supposedly going to be a lot smoother, and then we get hit with the coronavirus, and that kind of slows everything down as well.
Visiting with Mike Savage, who's a CPA. He's also the CEO of 1-800-Accountant, and he's generous enough to join us here as part of our Southern Business Report on today's Y'all program. And I know since you come from more of the accounting background, Mike, I want to ask you, if Mike Savage were in control of the world right now, what would you be doing to try to help get this country kick-started the right way after this virus stuff dies down?
I'll tell you what, I was starting to get super concerned that they weren't going to pass the stimulus bill, and like President Trump said, the cure could be worse than the disease, and this whole global economic pause could actually be even more harmful, could cause more deaths of starvation and unrest than the actual virus itself. So what I would do is I would try to get people back to work by obviously increasing the testing and finding out who has already had it and who has the antibodies and who could get back to work without spreading it or contracting it themselves. I think that's what we need to do. We need to get back to work, but obviously, in a careful and prudent manner.
I understand. What about if you had a medical, or not a medical, you just kind of gave us a medical answer, but what about a accountant financial answer? What's the best thing that people like Stephen Mnuchin can do to get this thing going the right way now that it looks like there's at least some money coming in to help things out?
Yeah, I think right now what a lot of especially small businesses need is a clear understanding of how this works.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that they've spent enough time to really explain how do you apply for these loans? How do you get the money? How do you make your payroll? How do you do it right now? How do you get this cash in your hand right now? And so that's why what we've done is we've dedicated a little task force on our end to try and understand and trying to get through this bill and read through it and understand how these small businesses could get money in their bank accounts as soon as possible. I think it's a liquidity issue more than anything else. Okay, they passed the bill. Now how do the small businesses get the money? That needs to be explained.
With this shift now of the deadline pushed to July 15th, how does that affect a company like 1-800-Accountant, which I assume you're all set up for April 15th, and now 3 months later is when it's going to happen this year?
Right. It definitely gives us more time. It gives us more time to we're not only technology / software. We're also a bunch of humans. We're an accounting firm, so it gives us more time it gives the accountants more time to spend with our clients and do the proper planning, make sure we don't miss any deductions, and to do more of a thorough job. But it just gives us more time. It's nice to have those extra 3 months. We're luckily set up as a virtual accounting firm, so other maybe more traditional accounting firms that everyone's in the office, they don't have the technology that we have. It's more of a problem, but we were fine. April 15th or July 15th, we were ready to go because of our virtual nature. but what I would say, if someone's expecting a refund and financial times are somewhat hard, now is a good as time as ever to file for that refund, get the money in your hand.
I see. As we're visiting with Mike Savage, the CEO of 1-800-Accountant, I have to ask, as a guy who has taken accounting classes in college and didn't make A's, I don't think, in them, so don't hold that against me, Mike. How easy is your 1-800-Accountant site to navigate? As you said, you've got a live operator that can join us if you need to do that, but if you don't need the assistance, how easy is it for a novice to get through it?
Oh, it's super easy. So very, very easy, very intuitive. Go to 1-800-accountant.com and just hit the get started button.
And
super easy.
That easy and guaranteed to not have an audit, right?
That's guaranteed. And if you do, we'll represent you. We'll take care of it for you.
Yeah, the audit word is something we heard a lot with the president when he was running for president. Would you take his account if he ever called 1-800-Accountant and said, "Hey, I need y'all's help because I'm under audit"?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Of course.
That's pretty good.
Yes.
Now, where's your company based?
We're located on all 50 states, but we have main offices are New York City. We have an office in Clearwater, Florida. We have office in Seattle, Austin, Texas, Phoenix, Arizona, Utah. Mm-hmm. But we have virtual accountants in all 50 states.
Well, with your job there as the CEO of a company that's spread out throughout the whole country, including right here in Clearwater, rough place to have a place, by the way. How's it going with your employees with the coronavirus?
It's fine. You know, we were set up because of our technology. We were set up to easily work from home.
Oh.
And so we have half of our army of accounts working from home anyway. And so the other half that happened to be in one of our physical locations, they just went home, logged in, and can service our clients as if they were right there in the office. One of the benefits of being virtual.
Virtual accounting with a human touch. That is 1-800-Accountant. And you don't just have to pick up the phone and call that number. You can go to the website, 1-800-Accountant.com. And as soon as you log on, they're asking how they can help you out, whether you need help with small business taxes, bookkeeping, or payroll. Right there, the click of a button. But if you don't get on the computer with your name being 1-800, can you actually get a lot done by making that telephone call, Mike?
Absolutely. Give us a call. We have accountants standing by ready to answer your questions, help you navigate through the stimulus bill, and or answer any general just tax questions you may have.
And don't call 1-800-Accountant. It's actually 1-800-222-6868. If I did dial out accountant, would that get you to?
Absolutely.
Oh, it would. Okay.
Yeah, this is a couple extra letters.
Yeah.
It'll start ringing before you have to type in the last few letters there.
That's pretty smart.
But yeah, it definitely works.
That's pretty smart. Well, when you're not accounting, which God bless you, it's a very noble business you're in, something that goes back to biblical times. We have to collect those taxes to keep things going. Mike Savage, when you're not at work and doing accounting, what else are you doing these days?
That's about it.
Oh, really?
Unfortunately, this time of the year, this is all we're doing.
Wow.
So, we're as a CEO, I'm also running the business. You know, we have over 500 employees, and so, it keeps me pretty busy. But this time of the year, taxes, accounting. And
when it's not this time of year, let's say it's July 16th, are you going to go to a place like Clearwater and take a break?
I do that from time to time. I'll definitely get my rest and relaxation in. But I have a place down there and here in New York, and I kind of go between both places depending on the weather.
Not a bad gig. And speaking of Florida, and when it comes to taxes, of course, that's a state that does not charge a state income tax. How big of a difference is it for a company like 1-800-Accountant to deal with states like a Florida or even a Tennessee that doesn't do that, compared to some of these states that just rip you off, to be honest?
Yeah, rip you off. And then now you can only deduct $10,000 for your property income tax for these high tax states like the ones that I live in up here in the Northeast. It's easier. It's definitely better for our clients if they live in a no tax state. But even in no tax states, there's still some tax issues. There might be a franchise tax. There might be a property tax, sales tax, other certain taxes that are state specific that we help our clients with.
One question we had for you, Mike, is if you're a small business, let's say 5 employees or less, just ballpark figure, what's that going to cost to sign up with a company like 1-800-Accountant?
Oh, we'll do your tax work for $600. I think it's $695 is our annual cost to do your individual tax preparation as well as your business tax preparation.
Oh, 2 for 1. And again, you get the help of a real accountant while you're doing this.
Oh yeah, we prepare it, sign it, take obviously share some of the liability to make sure we do an aggressive but fair job. And we're there year round. We're not only there during tax season. So you'll be able to call us at any time during the year.
And just if you don't mind, is that a lot better deal? I know what you're going to tell me, but what is it that roughly for that same offer? Let's say if I went to the Walmart accountant firm and they wanted to charge me, what would they be likely to charge?
They'd probably get you in there and say, oh, it's going to be a couple $100. By the time you got out, they'd be closer to $500. But they're not oftentimes like specializing in small businesses, so they're not aware of all the tax deductions. It's very rarely, if ever, that we don't get way more in our, we don't exercise our expertise and actually get our clients much more by way of deductions that are even come close to our fees.
Again, it's 1-800-Accountant, and it's not just Mike. Although I'd love to call up that number and get you on the phone and have you do my taxes. If you can guarantee that, then sign me up today, Mike Savage.
Just ask for me. Call and ask for me. They might not know me personally, but I'm sure they can find me.
Okay. Well, you're a CPA. You've got a team of certified public accountants ready to help out. So now that we've all kind of been given that extra couple of months breather and get through the virus, know that if you're kind of sitting there sweating it out, oh my goodness, I still got to do my taxes. The relief is there, and it's 1-800-Accountants, and call the number, which is 1-800-222-6868, and go to the website, 1-800-Accountant, no S on the end, 1-800-Accountant.com, and Mike and his team there will be happy to help you out. See, we're making taxes a lot less stressful. You can actually enjoy your life if you get a service like what Mike has to offer. Mike, thank you for coming on today's Y'all Show. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. And good luck with the next couple of months, and go have a good time in Clearwater when it's all said and done.
You got it. Thanks for having me. Stay safe.
All right. Mike Savage, CEO of 1-800-Accountant. And that wraps up our Southern Business Report here on today's Y'all Show. More of the show that's all about the South is coming right up.